So what that triggers for me is all the way back. I keep going back to the church. I think I have a thing.
The church.
Hey,
The church.
hey, wait. Take it back. Hey, say you're saying. Take it back. Sorry, please say you're saying. I don't want to take it.
Take it back, because I'm like,
Sometimes you gotta take it back to where
the church, but the church was our cornerstone. So right. I get that it goes back because, okay, which is odd, and a lot of people may not know this. My mother I was raised in a Catholic church, like Catholic church, and then my dad, Fire and Brimstone Baptist Church, slammed that together with an uncle that's in the Black Panthers. That's why I'm a comedian. So, okay. So that's a whole different thing. But yeah, the church is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here's my thought on that is, so if we are to educate people so they can make better decisions regarding their property, we are there, yes. Especially my churches, everyone I know that I've been affiliated with is in the hood.
Yes.
Why would that now be the cornerstone of educating that community to not do what you just said? And you have the resources, those same people that are running out on Sundays, CJ, those same people that are peeling out of the church, those are those executives, and those are, the other people. They come to the hood to go to church and then they live somewhere else. That's perfectly fine. What information are you leaving before you peel out? And so, and I can say that as one who tried my best to have seminars and workshops and all of these things, financial related, but even business related, and small business Sunday at the church, and have people have all of that. And the church didn't support it, right? So if they want to be the cornerstone, they got to incorporate all of that and be full service to the people in that community.
That's it.
Right? And so I think that's a part of it is you have to support those educational opportunities for the people, because I could come in all day. I'm a realtor as well, along with the financial advising, to tell you all day what you need to do as far as your real estate is concerned. But if the church don't support it and don't announce it, it's free information. But if y'all don't put it in the program or put it on the screen, who's coming?
I've only had one supporter.
If you can't help me put flyers on the door for the 3 blocks surrounding us within the radius, what are we doing?
Right.
You know what? I don't get that. Like I said, I've been in an entrepreneurial group, and how do we get this information? I said, are we still looking for the griot? Y'all open your mouth. We still looking for the drum. I was like, you got a whole mouth. The whole thing in your hand is a tool to use, and we not using it. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I feel like
not the right thing.
Hearing you say that, I feel like because I was going on this tangent yesterday. I feel like we are being retaught slavery in several senses. One way, okay, so we got the self-checkout, right? They made it sound good, like you can hurry up and get through. Well, I'm working for myself now. I'm working at your job. So white people got my mind, I'm working, I'm getting fast. I'm working. I came here to shop for convenience. Then you've taken we're doing farm to table. That's how most of our family was raised. We grew it on the farm and we put it on the table, but now it's a new concept. It's a new concept for us. Like, oh my goodness. So I think sometimes that because we don't know how to sow seeds, we don't even know how to grow our own vegetables, we don't know how to grow anything, that we haven't learned that once you put that seed in the ground and you tend to it and you nurture it and you keep going back to it, it's going to produce. We know, I just go pick it up. So again, I'm just go to the church and pick up some information. I'll leave. I don't never have to worry about bringing nothing in. I don't have to worry about saving information, helping anybody else, because we're not taught to farm, to sow for our own selves. Okay.
Ooh, that's a good point.
The workers are few. The harvest is great, but the workers are few.
Yeah. And the thing is, to be honest, the harvest ain't that great right now.
We have to talk about the truth, though. A lot of people don't want to accept that.
Yeah, I agree.
When I'm trying to convince my sisters, buy a house. You haven't moved anywhere and over 30, buy a house. Oh, I can't afford. I said, you can't afford a house, but you can afford rent. You can afford a car. Like what? Because it was not a value. Because I was like, oh my gosh, how do I educate you? That's why I feel like, how do I educate you on your value? Like, how do we, and like CJ said, you got to start with kids, because if they don't see themselves as a value, why am I value anybody else? I don't see
Somebody will
myself as a
exploit their value.
Yeah.
They
And
can't
then
see
you
it
end
for
up with,
themselves.
all the crime and suicides and, run the gambit of things that are going on right now that are a result of not valuing yourself and then therefore not valuing me.
Right.
Or you or CJ.
Yeah. That's the hard part. Like my nephew committed suicide this year.
Sorry.
21.
So
Condolences.
At Morehouse, raised in the church, mom and dad, so if he's not seeing the value in himself, where are we failing? And everybody, the church, I was like, but no, you was a preacher's kid. You in the church up more than you probably at school a lot of times. So there's an impact that we're not getting. And that, again, to me, is that ugly part. Like, hey, we're not dealing with this, because that might touch on somebody's feelings. That might make somebody feel a certain way. Let's go over here and do the soft fluff stuff. Let's get over here where I don't have nobody to turn to. Oh, you'll be all right. Just pray over. No, why don't you feel like that? Who would you like to speak to? We're not doing those conversations.
Yeah.
Hey, just on the strength of that, I myself have experienced a lot of people that have committed suicide. So to all those family members that have to, still deal with that, because it's, somebody just left. Sometimes you don't get closure like that. Moment of silence to, all those souls, because when I speak to people, I hear it happening more often. So there's a moment of silence to all of them that, still dealing with it, that lost people that, to suicide, and those that, maybe thinking about it. Hey man, life is worth it. Stay alive. So just a moment of silence to those people.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold, because that's actually a subject area that's actually very close to me. I don't often share this, but at the same time, hey, there was a time where I was in that space. Came back from college, and they say, come, go off and get that knowledge and come back to your community. I did that. I tried to come back, and just the way I was received, not only from the community that, I felt I came from, that was part of me, but then also society, like the constant harassment by police, being followed, constantly being pulled over, for stuff getting thrown my way, and me just having to take it because I didn't know my legal rights. It's like, man, if you're a Black male, I think we all should be able to take the bar by now, for all the laws we have to learn on our own, because we're not taught. But just being a survivor of that, I thank God for life. But
Amen.
Just for you to bring that conversation up, that's even part of the conversation we were talking about, us not knowing certain things, or the community not sharing with us. All right, there's a reason why you shouldn't go over there to this person, or at least by this house, because there was a number of students that I had the privilege of meeting that had to deal with molestation and certain things, and that stuff, it still remains. Although the act has came and went, the trauma still remains. And I think about, some of the students that have committed suicide, that, I had an opportunity to know, but, I left the school, and then this happened often, a number of times, where, I'd be in conversation with one of the students one of the other fellow students, and they're like, hey, so-and-so committed suicide. I'm like, what? I'm like, this person has so much to live for, so much potential. And I immediately was like, what were they going through? Because, oftentimes you say, I'm gonna go back to the church. They say that's a place where you should go to, to receive help, receive encouragement, to feel like you're a part of something. But now we come into a space where more and more people are leaving the church because they don't feel heard. Certain things, I would just go with it and not explaining why things are the way they are. Once again, lack of information and conversation. There was a number of times I've tried to go to, the older males. Like, hey man, I don't have a mentor. I know I want to do certain things, but I may not know how to go about it. Iron sharpening iron. But then we talked about people peeling off. Some people's like, I'm not trying to have a conversation. So that, the rejection, and then feeling in a space where you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to. That's the lonely space.
Nothing ever was handed, all about respect, never about ego. Wish I could have retired a long time ago and disappeared way beyond the trees. But my homies kept influencing me, said they needed to hear my lyrics, like my flow, cause they felt my spirit. Plus the people needed to hear it. A conversation with conscientious lyrics.